Wow. So they're doing another Friday.
Last Friday.
So I just saw Netflix or maybe it was Amazon TV a couple of weeks ago. I watched the second Friday, I think it was, the one surrounded around Christmas when Ricky Smiley was playing this drunk stealing Santa Claus.
Friday after next.
So was that the third one?
Yeah, that's the third one. The second one was with Mike Epps when they was in the Rancho Cucamonga. There you go.
How do you know this?
I must be a greenhorn, huh, dude?
Yo, you're a greenhorn.
You're a gray hair, dude. How about that?
You're definitely a greenhorn. Phenomenal movie. Now, you can tell, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you can tell that they had very limited budgets, but, they got all straight cash. They probably didn't take out no loans or nothing like that, but them Friday movies are classics, so I'm happy to hear that, man. There's going to be a new Friday. Can't wait. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more Georgia sports talk. Atlanta Falcons. I think we got a couple more news and notes from Georgia, the Bulldogs as well as the Yellow Jackets. So we got a lot of stuff coming up, man. Still got an hour and a half left. Get it out, Dougie. So we just gonna do what we do. Get you right at night. Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. Don't go away.
Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Do you believe in sports?
Do you believe in the last-second Hail Mary pass? No time on the clock?
John Jones is there!
We believe in sports because sports is our passion.
And that passion lives in all of us when we believe. That's why we are Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
When I need to plan a getaway everyone will love, I don't just want a vacation. I want the best vacation ever. Thankfully, I found Pigeon Forge. They've got amazing views of the Great Smoky Mountains, plus Dollywood and family-friendly attractions like go-karts, water slides, interactive museums, a big wheel, coasters, a trampoline park, exciting shows, and plenty of places to unwind at night. The best part is, we all have a blast, and I get credit for the best vacation ever.
Plan your vacation today at mypigeonforge.com.
Contour presents Terrible Impersonations. Yo, Adrian!
So fluffy!
Say hello to my little friend. With Contour's voice remote, you don't have to be good, you just have to say it and your TV finds it.
Hey, son of a nutcracker!
Voice remote on Contour from Cox. Cable TV reimagined to get you right to the good stuff. Available to residential customers in Cox service areas. Broadband Wi-Fi connection required for app-based viewing. Not all famous movie quotes are searchable. Other conditions apply.
Are your data limits limiting your human potential?
Dreams buffering.
Do slow networks make your soul feel sluggish?
Megabyte molasses.
With Simple Mobile, you get truly unlimited high-speed data for just $50 a month.
Bucks meaning dollars, not dear.
If you want better wireless, the answer is simple.
Simple Mobile.
Available at Best Buy, Dollar General, Walgreens, and other national retailers. Video typically streams at DVD quality. A month equals 30 days. Please refer always to the latest terms and conditions of service at simplemobile.com.
CBS Monday. Start the week off big with big laughs on Man with a Plan.
I feel giddy.
Comedy star Matt LeBlanc.
So what's the plan, Chief?
Well, first, keep calling me Chief. I like that.
Discovers it ain't easy being dad.
Remember those Taken movies? That's what happens when you give your daughter freedom. 1, 2, 3 times they get taken.
Get in on the fun.
I can't help it if people are drawn to me.
It's been easy for you, hasn't it?
It's been a good run, yeah.
The hit comedy Man with a Plan. CBS Monday or stream it live or on demand. CBS Thursday.
Welcome.
TV's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory, brings you scientific breakthroughs.
The medium-sized asteroid is still an interesting discovery.
I suppose it could end up on a collision course with Earth and destroy life as we know it.
Ingenious inventions.
Our idea's really good.
I cooked it in the easy bake oven of my mind.
And fascinating facts.
For every action, you have a gigantic and annoying reaction.
Just when I thought you couldn't get me hotter.
Don't miss The Big Bang Theory, CBS Thursday, or stream it live or on demand.
This week in 1851, the first baseball uniforms were worn. The Supreme Court ruled that organized baseball was a sport, not a business, and thus not subject to antitrust laws. This week in 1922. This week in 1935, Babe Ruth had his final at bat. Protective baseball helmets were first worn by batters. This week in 1938. This week in 1951, Willie Mays had his first major league home run. This week in 1962, The Wide World of Sports premiered on CBS Radio.
And now, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game, Haviland Express Loop Sports Flash. For specials and more, go to HavilandSportsFlash.com.
I'm Justin Baker. The Reds and Braves are playing right now, and the two teams open up a 3-game weekend series in the tri-state area. Atlanta currently up 2-0. They're in the top of the 9th inning, and it was Ender Inciarte who gave the Braves an early lead after driving in Adonis Garcia with a sac fly in the 3rd inning. Dansby Swanson added to it with a solo home run, his 5th of the year, in the 5th inning. Mike Foltynewicz, though, stealing the show with one of his best performances of his young MLB career as he went the distance going 7 innings, not allowing any runs, only a couple of hits, and struck out 10 batters. Over to the NBA Friday, where the Hawks formally introduced Travis Schlenk as their new GM in a press conference this afternoon. Then he came by the Kia Studios to chat with the Midday Show, and he shared his priority and what it'll be as soon as he takes office.
The first order of business is get with my front office, which has been in place now, running the ship for us. They've done a great job. Everything's lined up for us, but I've got to get with them and start on the draft, and then I've got to get with Bud and his coaching staff, and if we start to look forward to what we're going to do in free agency.
Schlenk's former team, the Golden State Warriors, took care of the Cleveland Cavaliers last night in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors were led by Kevin Durant, who dropped 38 points. Game 2 Sunday night, LeBron James hoping to come back after scoring just 28 points in Game 1 last night. And in soccer, Atlanta United tries to make it 3 straight wins when they travel to Vancouver tomorrow. Both teams are 1 spot below the playoff line, currently sitting in 7th place. It's a 5:30 kick north of the border tomorrow. With updates every 20 minutes, I'm Justin Baker from the Kia Studios on your home of Atlanta United's match against the Vancouver Whitecaps, Saturday at 5:30. Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Atlanta Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
June 22nd is the NBA Draft, and with the stakes raised, there's a lot of questions for our Hawks.
I think it does start with our own guys. Starts with Paul Millsap and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Join us for some answers, live from the College Football Hall of Fame from 7 to 11 p.m. for the NBA Draft.
You know, I think in basketball, it's a little more common to go best player.
The Atlanta Hawks play here. Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, on normal circumstances, I would be singing right now, Can You Stand the Rain? But I'm struggling with my voice a little bit. So, we got you covered down the road. We're going to get you right at night. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Appreciate that, Waterhead. So, Waterhead's been chiming for me to sing for the Stewies, for the people listening to the show. They got to hear it,
man.
They got to see how I get down. But we'll take care of that. We'll do that down the road when they give me the key code to come back in here next week, hopefully. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. You can hit me up on the Solomon Brothers Diamond text line at 404-741-0929. I'm looking at this chat room. A lot of people talking about Wonder Woman from the 404 area code. Excellent movie. From the 770 area code says Dunkin' Donuts absolutely sucks. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's okay. My preferential treatment. Yeah. I wouldn't go that hard on Dunkin' Donuts, but there ain't no Krispy Kreme. I mean, and I guess it's just what you're used to. Where you're used to Krispy Kreme down here, I think Krispy Kreme was kind of like the originator, the big boy down here in the South.
I think so. Like the donuts are the best part.
Yeah.
Coffee, no, but
And I think J-Rock mentioned to me how they're really big into the coffee up north. Obviously, it's a colder region or whatever. And so coffee is big. Well, I'm not really studying the coffee. I don't really drink coffee. But them donuts, man, Krispy Kreme is hard to beat, sir.
Oh, always and forever. You get the 12, get the dozen. Is that bad? If you just like every time you go, and you get a dozen?
Nah, that's good.
And now you
don't. What ahead? You don't eat a dozen donuts by yourself.
No, I don't. I can't do that.
Okay,
I would be hurt. But just to clarify, some folks will get a dozen and come home and just kind of let them get a little crunchy, and you still put them in the microwave for 8 seconds and whatnot.
That's delicious.
I gotta have them like fresh off the line because after they cool off a little while, it kind of ruins it for me.
Well, I live in Cobb County. I used to actually live in Marietta, not too far from where there's a Krispy Kreme on 41. And so every time I pass through that way, I look for that hot now sign, and I get me a dozen. I take it home. Man, the family loves when you bring home hot donuts, where they're so hot where that glaze is like slipped off to the side in the bottom of the box. You can't beat that, sir. So no disrespect to Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all all right, but y'all can't touch no darn Krispy Kreme. Hey, man, we are in the home stretch, said Mike Egan, Senior Vice President of AMB Group, the parent company of the Falcons and the Atlanta United. Work continues on the roof, which consists of 8 movable steel panels called pedals, each weighing 500 tons. Just the whole engineering of this thing is just fascinating to me. They have these plates that are 500 tons each that they're moving around down there at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's crazy to think of. Some other parts of the 1.5 billion plus stadium have been largely completed, including the suites, the restrooms, concession stands, and the administrative offices. Employees are scheduled to begin moving into their offices next week, with 250 slated to work there full-time by the end of June. Praise his holy name. Can I get a little bit of applause for that? I cannot wait to go and see this new Mercedes-Benz Stadium, man. Many years, man, going down to the Georgia Dome, obviously, ever since, it's been in existence. Great times, phenomenal times. I'm talking about good times and a lot of bad times, regretfully, but a lot of good times. I said it yesterday, man. Atlanta's tailgating culture is just unique. I've been to a lot of different tailgates in my life, a lot of college tailgating mostly. And the way that we tailgate here in Atlanta, the way that we get down, a lot of fun, festive things going on. A lot of times you'll have DJs involved. Like a lot of tailgates don't involve DJs, like from the club. And that's how we get down here in Atlanta, man. So looking forward to the new stadium here coming up in the fall. Also, one last note, wrapping up some college. This is kind of college and pro combined football talk. Houston, Texas quarterback and Atlanta area native Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is quickly showing signs of progress for his knowledge of the playbook with the Houston Texans in an article from Aaron Wilson in the Houston Chronicle. Texans coach Bill O'Brien said the Heisman Trophy finalist for Clemson and former Gainesville High star has improved each day and has been on the field for them so far with respect to his reads and grasp of what they are trying to do offensively. I said this from the very beginning, man, when we talked about the draft and where Deshaun Watson would go. Deshaun Watson has the capability, has the ability to be like your next Dak Prescott. Like, I think that they're kind of like, he's not getting enough just due from what he did at Clemson, winning a national championship, going to 2, dominating the Alabama Crimson Tide 2 years in a row. And remember, this past year, they talked about this Alabama Crimson Tide team and that defense in particular as the best college football defense of all times. And there's actually a lot of numbers out there statistically to say that. And Deshaun Watson dominated. He dominated. This kid is smart. He's been a winner from day one. He was a winner in high school. He was a winner in college at Clemson, obviously. This kid is a winner. Remember, Dabo Swinney said whoever misses on this kid is going to regret it. And I'm looking for big things. Now, what's probably going to happen? What's the kid name they have there? Tom Savage is the starting quarterback, I believe, right now for the Houston Texans. we've seen this before. If you follow football, you know how it goes down. They have the veteran in there. They'll let the young up-and-comer, the high draft pick, get a lot of snaps, kind of get acclimated to the pro game. They'll get him in there mid-season so that he can struggle, kind of get caught up as far as the speed of the game, and then hopefully he's ready to go.